home or call or let us know that she's safe. He said he'd be back later. And that's the last we heard of her.
You haven't been able to reach your wife?
Right.
What's your wife's name?
Katrina.
Hello everyone, my name is Sue. Welcome to my True Crime channel. Tonight we're taking a look at the case of 30-year-old Katrina Ashley Edlin Smith. When Katrina Smith disappeared, her husband Todd Smith was the one to call in her disappearance to authorities. He regularly appeared on television looking emotionally devastated, crying and pleading with viewers to please come forward with any information that may assist the investigation. But as the investigation progressed, detectives uncovered a secret past that even his wife and her family never knew about. It unraveled the meticulously crafted facade of the perfect husband, devoted father, and successful businessman he had spent years constructing. As the truth began to emerge, a disturbing portrait of deception and dark secrets began to take shape. Let's take a look. When a relationship breaks down, the blame can often not be placed on just one person. They may even have just simply fallen out of love, but it's what happens next, the behavior of both parties, that determines how amicable the breakup is. Sometimes the situation gets so out of control that destruction becomes almost inevitable. This case is infidelity, X-rated flyers, spy technology, arson, and the most heinous of crimes. This is a twisted case of Katrina Smith. Katrina Ashley Edlin Smith was born on July 16, 1982 in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, to mother Vicky and father Bruce. She attended Harlem High School in Illinois before graduating in 2000. She then went on to attend Rock Valley College in Rockford, Illinois. Katrina was an avid member of the Heartland Community Church. As a member, she loved working with children, volunteering for drives, and helping others in the community where she could. She was described as a warm-hearted person who loved people, especially children, whose beautiful smile could light up any room and brought joy to all around her. She enjoyed family gatherings and organizing them, keeping those that she loved close to her physically and emotionally. Katrina was also a big Chicago Bears fan. She enjoyed gardening and loved a vacation by the ocean with those that she loved. Katrina met husband Todd when she was in her early 20s. Todd was 14 years Katrina's senior. This age gap did cause Todd to show signs of insecurity, but in the early stages of the relationship, this didn't really manifest in any serious way. Todd was an insurance and investment broker, a potentially lucrative venture. He was seen to be successful, wealthy, and the definite breadwinner out of the couple. In 2005, when Katrina was 23 years old, she and Todd married. He had been married before and had 3 daughters from that relationship. Katrina took the role of stepmother seriously and supported the girls as if they were her own. By 2012, Katrina was now 30 years old and Todd was 44. What in the beginning seemed like minor insecurities on Todd's part had now been bubbling away under the surface for the better part of a decade. The insecurities grew and drove a wedge between the husband and wife. Katrina was severely unhappy with Todd. Not only were they further apart emotionally than ever before, but Todd wasn't as wealthy or successful as the image he portrayed. Katrina, now earning good money in her successful human resources career, was in fact a person keeping the family of 5 afloat. Todd was embroiled in accusations from his business partners surrounding fraud on his part. The situation in Katrina's eyes was beyond repair. The family was being torn apart. She began to confide in Guy Gabriel, a married co-worker. However, things progressed rapidly between the two. This was now a full-blown affair, but was kept under wraps. On Monday, October the 22nd, 2012, Katrina and Todd were at home in McChesney Park, Illinois. They had recently returned home from a trip to Washington, where they were celebrating their 7th wedding anniversary. You have to wonder how celebratory that trip actually was. Katrina then spent that evening catching up on housework, doing some laundry and getting ready for a job interview that she was due to attend the next morning. Katrina then left to do some shopping and then returned home at around 9 p.m. Katrina, according to Todd, left the family home and drove to a friend's condo in Roscoe, Illinois. Katrina was house-sitting for the friend. At 10:30 p.m. that night, Todd sent his wife a text message saying, "Sweet dreams, I love you." The next morning he sent a follow-up message saying, "Good luck at your interview, you're gonna be awesome." Katrina, however, didn't reply. But from what we know, this shouldn't sound too surprising. This was a woman that was emotionally removed from her husband. On October the 23rd, the following morning, Katrina strangely failed to appear for the job interview. Todd became aware that she was not only missed for her interview, but she also failed to turn up for work at all that day. Combined with the fact that Katrina hadn't replied to any of his text messages, along with 2 phone calls, Todd's concern grew to a point where he felt he had to take action. He officially reported his wife missing to the police.
Sheriff's Communications, can I help you?
My wife is house sitting for somebody who's out of town, and we haven't been able to respond.
You haven't been able to reach your wife?
Right.
What's your wife's name?
Katrina?
Todd informed the authorities that Katrina had used his computer the previous evening. Digital forensics delved into his device to see if any new information could be found. They noticed that she had emailed her prospective employer regarding her interview. This led police to believe that the previous evening, Katrina did still plan on attending the interview. So what could have changed? This could suggest that her not turning up was due to something against her will. Katrina's friends and relatives, as well as the police, searched the local area for her. Katrina's sister Miranda was desperate to see her come home, saying, "Katrina, if you're out there, please come home. We just love you and miss you. We just want to see you and hear your voice. I'm here waiting for you."
Yeah.
I just miss her so much.
I just want to thank everybody for all your efforts for coming out tonight.
Around 7:50 p.m. that same day, Katrina's Chevrolet Cruze was discovered at the Obispo Road and Ventura Boulevard crossroads.
Sheriff's Communications.
Am I calling the right place for a legal parked car?
All right, what's wrong with the car?
Well, I'm not really sure. When I left for work this morning, it was parked. It's basically on our easement, but it's not parked on the side of the road. It's parked definitely into the easement.
It appeared to have been thoroughly cleaned with the smell of cleaning chemicals still present, a concerning development that drew more weight to the theory that Katrina hadn't vanished on her own accord. Police applied luminol spray to the interior of the car. Luminol is a chemical that, when applied to an area that has historically contained blood, even if it had been cleaned off, will once more reveal its presence under black light. The chemical did indeed reveal that blood had been cleaned from the car. Stains could be seen on the driver's seat, the steering wheel, and the boot. The blood's DNA was a direct match to Katrina, a horrifying development in this missing persons case. On October the 24th, Katrina's handbag was discovered nearby the site where her car was found. On October the 25th, there was still no sign of Katrina. However, her cell phone was found in a bush at 725 Ralston Road. On October the 26th, they also found her wallet in Rockford. The wallet contained shopping receipts from around October the 22nd, information that would later prove very useful to the investigation.
And horrible. Just wanted to come home. He said I'd be back later. And that's the last we heard of her. It's overwhelming, the outreach, the love. and the support of everyone, and I'm deeply grateful. And I know Katrina, she just wanted to come home or call or let us know that she's safe. I want to thank everybody for all your efforts for coming out tonight.
As the case drew on, police discovered something shocking that would turn the investigation on its head. The image of the happy marriage was shattered. This supposedly happy marriage was now publicly exposed as a sham. Guy Gabriel, the married man that Katrina was having the affair with, was now brought under the microscope of the police. They made a terrifying discovery. Guy had previously faced arrest under suspicion for an alleged domestic battery charge against his wife. Police closed in and Guy was brought in for questioning. After Katrina's phone was recovered 2 days after she vanished, its contents were extracted. Police discovered that on the night she vanished, she had received a lot of text messages from Guy throughout the evening. Those messages appeared to have increased in frequency and agitation, but they also clearly showed that Katrina had informed Guy that she wanted to divorce Todd. However, in spite of this, Guy had a reliable alibi for the night that Katrina vanished. He was working and the alibi checked out. Police learned that Katrina believed she was being stalked as they dug deeper into her life over the preceding weeks and months. On October the 9th, 2012, just 2 weeks before she vanished, Katrina was working a job at Cameron Industries when someone tossed hundreds of flyers out of the window of a black sedan as it drove through the parking lot. The flyer, titled "Guy's Cat," claimed that someone named Katrina from the Human Resources Department at the company and fellow employee Guy were having an extramarital relationship. By the way, on the flyer, Katrina was spelled with a C when it should have been spelled with a K, so this was either someone trying to distance himself from Katrina or someone that was removed enough in a situation to not know how her name was spelled. Nobody saw who was driving the car as they were taking measures to conceal their identity. So, who was responsible for this act? Katrina and Guy were being very careful to hide their relationship, but it seemed clear that someone had found them out. Police now started examining Todd more closely. Things began to unravel, spiraling down a deep path. The reality of the couple's financial situation came to light, along with the fact that Katrina was paying the bills and providing for the 3 girls. Todd's work issues were also revealed, both facts that Todd wanted to conceal from his friends, family, and up until now the police. However, the issues Todd faced at work were more serious than first believed. He was embroiled in 7 counts of mail fraud and 10 counts of wire fraud regarding his clients' accounts. Todd claimed to be innocent. The apparently happy relationship between Todd and Katrina was also put under the microscope. The whole thing was just another illusion. On the night that she vanished, Katrina wasn't actually going to house sit for a friend. In reality, by October 2012, Katrina had left the family home entirely and now lived in a condo with a friend. Not the friend she was having an affair with. The marriage was in tatters and Katrina wanted a divorce. But there must have been some real concern on her part, as before triggering the divorce, Katrina spoke to her stepfather about acquiring a firearm for her own protection. While searching Katrina's purse, police discovered an appointment card with a divorce lawyer. They also found a card from Todd in Katrina's car. It read, "I will do whatever it takes. I want to grow old with you. I love you and cherish you, Katrina. Love, Todd." A picture emerged of a woman that had moved on from the marriage and a man that was still trying to hang on. On the night that Katrina went missing, police tried to piece together what had really happened. They believed that Katrina had really spent some time in the family home with Todd as he had claimed, but her reason for being there was only to do laundry and speak with Todd about the divorce. Police now believed that Todd was very likely involved with Katrina's disappearance, but they needed to build a stronger case. The evidence was lacking. Police combed Todd's computer and delved deep into his past. Todd Smith was actually a creation of his own. He was born Todd Raprager. When he was 17 years old, Todd attempted to burn his family alive in their own home. After being found guilty of arson, he changed his name. Katrina had no idea of this element of her husband's history, something he made sure remained a secret. Police discovered a folder on Todd's PC titled Super Track Stick. A Super Track Stick is a tool or a GPS gadget used to monitor a person or a vehicle's movement. Katrina had spoken with friends about her concerns that someone was following or stalking her, and it turned out that she was right. For around 3 years, Todd was tracking her whereabouts, stalking her every move. This suggested that Todd knew all about Katrina's affair, and if he did, he would have clearly been upset about it. The tracking log from the night that Katrina vanished was found by the police. The data showed that Katrina's own car had been to each of the locations where her purse, wallet, phone, and bloody tissues were found. It also tracked the location where the car was found, at which point the tracker returned back to Todd's house. Why would Todd now feel as though he could remove the tracking device from his wife? Because he was the one that ended her life. Also on Todd's computer was a file related to the flyers that were distributed at Katrina's workplace, and where his phone was analyzed, he could be placed in the area at the time of the event. The walls were closing in on the scorned husband. On Rock River in Illinois, an off-duty fireman who was fishing discovered a woman's body about 3 weeks after Katrina went missing. The body was in a bad state. It was sadly identified using dental records as that of Katrina Smith, found 25 kilometers away from her house. An examination of the body was performed, and findings of significant blunt force trauma were found. This was now officially a homicide investigation. There was evidence of 24 blows to the head and body. A baseball bat that had Katrina's DNA on it was discovered in Todd's house. Charges of murder, aggravated battery, aggravated domestic battery, and concealing a homicide were brought against Todd Smith. He entered a not guilty plea. According to the prosecution, Todd's life was a complete mess. He needed Katrina's financial assistance because his illicit business dealings had been found out. When she requested a divorce, he begged her to stay. He had been watching her for some time and was aware that she was having an affair. But when begging didn't work, he struck Katrina with the bat, placed her in her own car, and dumped her in Rock River, Illinois. The jury found him guilty. Todd was given a sentence of 59 years in prison.
In closing, although I am not guilty of the acts the state portrayed, I harbor no ill will for the.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Till next time, take care and stay safe.